The first time I opened my curtains and saw a groundhog staring at me from the steps, I thought it was a coincidence. Wild animals do not usually show up at someone's door like that. But when he came back the next morning and looked inside again, I realized this little visitor might be here to stay. At first, he was still very young, just a baby groundhog figuring out the world. He would come close to the door, tilt his head, and study everything inside the house. Sometimes he simply sat on the steps and stared through the glass. At first, I only watched him from inside because I did not want to scare him away. But he kept returning, and eventually curiosity won. One morning, I put some food on the steps and stepped back. He approached slowly, checked the area, and started eating. That moment started a routine neither of us expected. Soon the groundhog began visiting regularly, and my front steps turned into what I jokingly call a groundhog restaurant.
Hello. No, don't come in.
I started calling him Cutie because the name just suited him. Cutie quickly learned that the steps were a place where good things happened. Whenever I put food outside, he appeared almost immediately. Before long, he was comfortable around the house, and many mornings I opened the curtains to find him already waiting outside. Like many animals, he developed strong opinions about food. In the summer, he can be surprisingly picky. Bananas are his favorite, and if I bring something else, he sometimes sniffs it and looks at me like I made the wrong choice.
Oh, hi.
As time passed, Cutie became part of my everyday life. I never expected a wild animal to become such a familiar presence, but that is exactly what happened. He kept showing up, and I kept feeding him. Somehow we built a quiet little friendship without ever needing anything more than those morning visits. Cutie has been coming around for about 4 years now. Over that time, I have watched him grow from a curious little groundhog into a confident adult. The amazing part is that he never stopped returning to the same steps. No matter what season it is, he always seems to remember exactly where to go. Then one year, things got even more interesting. I started noticing another groundhog around the yard. At first, the new visitor stayed farther away and watched from a distance. Cutie seemed to be the one showing him that this was a safe place to come. After seeing Cutie walk right up to the door again and again, the newcomer slowly got brave enough to do the same thing. I later started calling him Dustin. Watching Dustin learn from Cutie was one of the sweetest parts of the whole experience. It felt like Cutie was passing something down, almost like he was teaching another groundhog where to find food and safety. Before long, both of them were visiting regularly. That was already special enough, but then Cutie's life changed again. He got a girlfriend, and eventually he became a dad. Realizing that this little groundhog who once showed up alone now had a family somewhere nearby was surprisingly emotional. Sometimes I would catch sight of smaller groundhogs moving through the yard and wonder if they were part of his growing family. Over time, more animals started appearing in the yard. Behind my house, there is a wooded area where plenty of wildlife lives, and somehow my steps became a small gathering place. What began as a Groundhog restaurant now feels like a local stop for whoever passes through, from chipmunks to turkeys. The funny thing is that I live in the suburbs, not out in the country. You would not expect this kind of little wildlife community to form here. But somehow it did, and now it feels completely normal to me. Out of all the animals that visit, Cutie has definitely been the most loyal. He has been coming the longest, and after 4 years it is hard to imagine mornings without him waiting outside the window. Even though I love seeing him, I never forget that he is still a wild animal with his own life out in the woods. That is part of what makes it so meaningful. He is free to go anywhere he wants, yet he still comes back. He still shows up on the steps like he is checking in with an old friend. I find a lot of comfort in that. I also like knowing that they are out there living their natural lives, maybe just a slightly nicer version of them, with extra food and a safe place to stop by. Sometimes I hope Dustin will bring his own kids someday and keep the tradition going. Maybe one day another little face will appear at the window, looking inside with that same curious expression. If that happens, I will probably be just as charmed as I was the first time. If you enjoyed this story about Cutie and Dustin, like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss more touching stories. Before bringing an exotic pet into your home, be sure to consult with experts and learn about their specific needs. Proper research is the key to giving them the happy, healthy life they truly deserve.